Anjay, ngapain guys?
T minus 18 minutes until the interview. This is my journey towards the acceptance of IISMA 2024. Okay, hi. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Santoso. I am from the French Language and Literature Study program from Universitas Brawijaya, and I am a student of batch 2021. Yeah, so first of all, I want to mention that this video will be in full English. As I tell my story, I also want you guys as the viewers, as I know that most probably the ones that are watching this are the IISMA fighters of the next years or the next year, the next year or the next year, I don't know. But anyway, it's a form of practice for all of you as well. How this video will work is that I will answer some of the questions that might be asked if I were to be in the position of you guys that are watching. Okay, so first, what are my university choices? Okay, so my university choices are actually, on first choice was University of Pennsylvania in the United States. Second of all is the University of California, Davis, which is also in the United States. And third one is University of Zagreb, Hungary. Why did I pick those universities? The reason I picked those universities is the fact that the main primary reasons is that I want to, first of all, linear those courses, because my study program has a mandatory regulation in which there are only a certain type of courses that can be translated in terms of credits. So those universities are the universities that are to my liking, but at the same time also accommodates that courses that are actually linear with my interests and also my needs into conversion as well. So for example, in Pennsylvania there was world film history or whatever. In California, Davis, there is introduction to film studies. In Zagreb, there is cross-cultural pragmatics, and those main courses are actually linear with the theme of thesis that I'm about to write for my graduation later on, which is surrounding pragmatics and analyzing film. Okay, so the next one would be, what university were you chosen for? Okay, so I'm actually accepted to my third choice, which is University of Zagreb, which is in Hungary. Now, before I went in deeper with this, I know that there's going to be a lot of people out there watching this that are also accepted to IISMA, but not to their first choice. I want to send a little message. I want to say, it's okay. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to say, yeah, but you should be grateful, you should be this, there's a lot of people that wants to be in your shoe right now, you're so ungrateful, blah 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 blah, you're actually accepted, deal with it. Believe me, that doesn't help. But what I would like to tell you is that in life, for better or for worse, life always goes on, and there is always a bigger, better plan ahead of you. This is your success story. Only you decide on how you should react towards everything that's happening in your life. Embrace what you have. And this is the quote that I like from a lot of IISMA fighters. It's not a rejection, it's a redirection. It just means that God has provided you with a different path of life. It's a redirection, so keep your heads up and keep moving forward. Right, guys? The next question is, which path did I take? Is it regular? Is it co-funding? Is it affirmation? Okay, and this one I'm actually, you guessed it, affirmation. You probably didn't. But yeah, I actually went using the path of affirmation, because I'm actually an award. Do you call that an awardee as well? I receive KIPK as well. So yeah, that's why I take affirmation, to put it very simply. You can read which category of people goes for affirmation here. I'll put it. Okay, keep it simple. Next, my EPT. Which EPT did I take? TOEFL IBT, IELTS, or Duolingo? I took Duolingo. This is just my opinion, okay? It doesn't really matter which one you put unless it's a criteria that is mandatory for that university to accept a very certain specific EPT, then you don't really have to go. For example, you don't really have that much money, but you're forcing yourself to go for IELTS or TOEFL IBT. I don't think that's very necessary. Unless you go for those but your score is higher, then go for it, I guess. So what was my score? I took Duolingo and my score was 150. I guess those of you who have watched my videos previously would know that in this video. Yeah. Okay, so next question, one of the most interesting one. My biggest struggle during preparation. For a while it was actually the English test, not the fact that I was having trouble with Duolingo. I'm telling you, if you want to get an easier way of scoring high scores, go for Duolingo, man. I'm telling you that is just the easier option. Not to say that it's easy, but it's easier compared to IELTS or TOEFL IBT. When I was practicing, I actually scored around 125 to 135. It was a repetitive pattern for quite a while that I keep getting those scores, but until I got to the point where I was in the range of 135 to 145, then I took the bravery to actually take the test, which was on, I believe, was 20th of January 2024. Yeah. So, in my opinion, keep practicing until you reach a certain height where you're comfortable being in that score range. And I'm going to tell you this, it's not 100% accurate, the score prediction, because they are obviously not going to take grading for your orals, your speaking, because they don't have time. In practice, it just straight away shows up, right? So there are a few questions that aren't actually very accurately marked. So, but at the very least, what you have to do is during practice, get into a certain range of scores that will be somewhere in the comfort zone of your liking. And also, I think the other struggle would be my essay. Writing my essay wasn't, I mean, I like to read a lot of articles, read a lot of books, but my biggest struggle wasn't actually to build the sentences, but rather to make it sounded more poetic, if you understand what I mean. What I find in a lot of people that are accepted to their first choice was that they are very good in writing their story. What you have to understand that in your essay, your most important point is not the fact that you sell a lot of data, you sell a lot of statistics, but rather how would you be able to tell your story that it sounded very magnificent in your process of getting to that result rather than the result itself. So you get what I'm saying. And another tips for me in writing the essay is that focus most about how your way of existence and the efforts that you do contributes a lot revert back to yourself and also the people around you, because that's what a lot of people are missing. They do help a lot in terms of their self-potential growth, but they don't really contribute to the people around them. Remember that IISMA's one of their main goals in existence is that they want to impact the surroundings. They want to introduce the Indonesian cultures. They want to introduce Indonesia as a country, as the people, as so on and on and on and on. So what they want is the kind of people that are able to impact a lot of people in the process of their existence. That's basically the main type of individual that these top universities are looking for. So bear in mind that idea during writing your essay. So the last point is actually tips, but I already gave tips just now. But maybe the last one is that don't overwork yourself. Always schedule everything. And I'm telling you, do not procrastinate. A lot of people are struggling with their time because they are bad with their time management. I'm telling you, do not take the English proficiency test very close before registration closed. That is risky as hell. During the time that the results are going to come out, you never know if there are going to be technical difficulties. So always be prepared, always put everything and always prioritize every documents that are needed for this registration further away before the deadline. So that is it from me. I think that pretty much sums it up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Follow me on socials.